Hey, I see Quad, I see you, man. Well, since I know somebody's watching, welcome to my first live stream. And I do have some stuff set up, so I figured I was gonna do this kind of as a test run and also answer some questions. But I'll show you this right here, and let me know what you think of this view right here. It should have the chat on the side of the screen. Um, Let me know in the comments what you think. As far as my driving goes, I'll get to that question here in a second, but I did want to answer a couple questions that I did see um, a little while ago while this was waiting to go live. And I'm not sure where they went, but luckily I do remember them. So the first one was, do I exercise and take whey protein? Which I have heard of whey protein, but I honestly didn't know exactly what it did or what it was for. But I basically looked it up a little bit and I don't know much about it. But no, I've never taken whey protein. However, I do work out or exercise. And somebody else was wanting to know if I did exercise, what my exercise routine was. So I basically have a different exercise that I do, or a different exercise routine that I do each day. And on Mondays, I do 10-pound dumbbells, which is right over here under this table, under my TV. So Mondays is 10-pound dumbbells. Tuesdays is 20-pound weight bar, which is just like a big weight bar about like, I don't know, 4 feet long. And I lift it up above my head, and I try to do 5 different exercises with each piece of equipment each day, and 30 reps of each exercise. So Tuesdays is the 20-pound weight bar, and Wednesdays is an 8-pound medicine ball, which is like a heavy ball. And Thursdays I do resistance bands. Fridays 5-pound dumbbells with different exercises than I do on Mondays with my heavier dumbbells. And then Saturdays I use this kettlebell right here. I use this kettlebell right here, and it is 10 pounds. And I am planning on doing videos on all of this stuff pretty soon. I've just been extremely busy, which is why I decided to do a live stream to basically let you guys know what was going on and my plans for hopefully soon to be videos that I plan on doing. But I gotta fix these legs because they fell off my footrest because they were spasming. But yeah, those were the 2 questions that I got before I went live, and now I'll start in on the live chat right here. And Aussie Quad says, how's your driving going? My driving's going really well. I basically don't even have to think about it, just like I was driving before my wreck. just go in and I can, get things set up instantly, almost like within maybe 10-15 seconds. Just go up and uh, well, before I go in, I get my seatbelt on around my waist. Then I put a strap on here, and then I have the other seatbelt going across like this, which is already in place. So I just have to drive up and then just hit the brake, turn on the start, or hit the start button. It actually doesn't have a physical key to start it like a regular ignition. And then I'm ready to go after I basically get the ramp up in the van. Um, but yeah, I drive myself to work every day and back, and I am actually working from home right now, thankfully. I'm glad I have the opportunity to do that, um, to try and, lower my risk of getting this supposed coronavirus. But driving's going good. And hey, Auburn, um, you like seeing the screen as in the chat. And Reagan Cole says I liked it better the other way. Um, Yeah, so basically I have a couple of different views that I can switch from. We got this one right here, which is just my webcam. And then the second one is this one here with my logo in the bottom left. And then it has scrolling text right there, which I can put in there whatever I want. And then the third one is the camera with the chat, the viewer chat. So that way, if somebody is watching the live stream after this is already went live and is after it stopped recording live, basically that way they have the chat right there with them, to where the chat matches the video. Um, but Yep, this looks like it's working pretty good, and it says we got 9 watching right now, and we got 4 likes. So, everything's looking pretty good. I have never honestly done this before, so I was curious as to how all of this worked, and I did spend um, most of my day just like getting this set up and stuff, as far as like my webcam, having the chat on the side with the spine and all the different logos and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I don't know if you guys want me to do this like on a regular basis. Obviously, it's going to be a lot easier to do live videos than it is to do recorded videos and edit it and stuff like that. So I thought I might start or try to start doing this, since um, it's just, even though I don't have really time to edit videos and stuff, I could still do this. Are you doing any classes right now? Auburn asks. Yeah, I am. Right now is the spring semester, and I got 2 more assignments to do in one of my classes, um, and then the final exam. So I'm like weeks ahead of schedule, just because I've been working ahead, which I always try to do anyways. And that class is disaster recovery, or business continuity and disaster recovery. Um, and the second class is enterprise resource planning. Um, both of those classes are classes to get my information technology bachelor's degree, and as long as everything goes okay, I should be graduating with my bachelor's degree in the spring of 2023, which sounds like a long ways off, but I feel like it's not going to be as long as what it seems. Reagan Cole, do it once a week on Friday or Saturday night, the live stream. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought I might do it on Friday or Saturday nights. I didn't know what time, so I just scheduled it for 8 o'clock, because obviously everybody's in different time zones and stuff like that. And so I'm on Eastern Standard Time, so right now it's 8:11. This is Will Life. Hey, what's up, Mason? Hope you're doing good, man. Yep, I'm doing alright. I'm glad to see you on here. Hey, there's Uber Driver. Have you considered starting a podcast? Yeah, I'm not sure if you knew this or not, but I did have a couple episodes of a podcast that I recorded several years ago, as in like maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, like 2016, I think. Um, or early 2017. I'd say late 2016, but it was called the Limitless Podcast, and I only got to do 2 episodes before I got too busy doing school and stuff like that. But basically, they are on my channel. If you look at, if you go to my playlists and you can search for the one that it's just called Limitless, or you can search on YouTube just Mason Ellis Limitless Podcast. And the first one was I can't remember his name, Dustin from I can't think of his YouTube channel, but he was a quadriplegic, and he lives in Florida, and he's now a teacher. And the second one was Brian McDonald, which is somebody that has been a quadriplegic for a lot longer than I have, and he lives in Canada. And we talk about rugby and adaptive sports and stuff like that. So if you're interested, you can definitely check that out, search for it. Um, but yeah, I do want to kind of do a podcast interviewing different people. It's just that, I mean, that's what I was originally planning on doing, but I just haven't had too much time recently. Reagan Cole says, "Are you fully independent now, doing everything on your own?" Um, no, but I am really close. It's like I've been at the same like level or percent of independence for like a year now, and basically there's only two things that I can really think of that I can't do on my own or haven't. I can do. I just haven't necessarily figured out how to do them yet on my own. The first one is clipping my fingernails because my hands are, curled like this, so all I have is tenodesis, um, and I don't really know how to clip my fingernails um, with them being like that. So I thought maybe I could turn my hand over and like somehow go underneath like a board or something, like a table like this, to get my hand like that, and then have a finger or nail clippers like screwed onto the table, and then I could just go like that. But I haven't really figured out exactly how to do that yet. Um, I've looked up videos on how quadriplegics cut their fingernails, and the people that I find, their hands are like straightened out, whereas mine are like curled up. But they're not curled up at like this, like they used to be, and some people's are like that. But I haven't really figured that out. So if you do know, you can leave a comment or put it in the chat right now, or if you're watching this post upload or after it's live, you can leave it in the comments below. So that's one thing I can't do is clip my fingernails, and the other one is um, doing my bowel program on my own, like 100% independently. I have tools to do that. Like I can insert the suppository and stuff, but as far as stimulating me over the toilet, I haven't really figured out how to do that because like I can't see down there, so I'd have to use a mirror, but the toilet's in the way, and really the only way I can think of doing it is to not be over the toilet, but just put the pan like underneath, like on the floor, and then have the mirror there, and I go in there, and then I dump it in the toilet after I'm done. But that seems like it's I mean, the way I'm doing it right now, having like my parents help me out, has been pretty good right now. Um, it's allowed me to focus on other stuff like school. John 3:30, less of me, more of him, says. What verses are you studying from the Bible? Verses? Do you mean like chapters, I'm assuming? Well, I actually have a study plan that I'm doing in my Bible, which is basically the Bible in a year study plan, and they have all kinds of different study plans and also different Bible in a year plans. But this is the third year in a row that I will have read the Bible fully in 1 year, which I've never read the Bible hardly at all up until a couple of years ago after my accident. But basically, right now I'm doing the Bible in a year reading plan. I'm not sure if you can see that. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, the Bible in a year reading plan right now. And I am on day 153 of 364, obviously. But this is really cool. I don't know if you've ever heard of it or not, but if you have, let me know. But yeah, I'm on day 153, so about 30 more days, maybe a month, basically a month, and I'll be halfway through the Bible again. The last 2 years, I've listened to the Bible all the way through, but this is the first year that I'm actually reading it myself, and I knew I'd like comprehend it a lot more than just listening to it, um, but yeah, I'm um, keeping it like in my mind, like retaining the information a lot more than just listening to it, which I was surprised how much of a difference it makes. Um, yeah, yeah, but my favorite book in the Bible is probably Jobs or Job, um, Job or Job, um, because he went through a lot of trials and stuff like that, but he still um, stayed true to you know um, his beliefs and stuff in God. But my favorite verse of the Bible would have to be Jeremiah 29:11, um, which is, um, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." I'm not sure if you saw my baptism video, which is the video I uploaded before this live stream, but I talk about that before I get baptized. Whenever I read that after my injury, and it changed a lot in my life. Like after I read that, it was like I felt this like whole sensation throughout my body, and it was crazy. Like yeah, you'll just have to go and watch that. Add some more lighting in my next live stream. I can brighten this up. Um, that's probably too bright. What about that? I'm assuming you mean like lighting as in like all around here rather than just like right here, right? Background lights. Background lights? Um, I don't know, you might have to give me some examples of what you're meaning. I mean, I can turn on my living room light, maybe. Well, since you recommended that, I can try it right now, I suppose. How is this? Is this a lot better? I mean, it looks better to me, for sure. Yeah, it does look a lot better. I'd have to agree with you. So, thanks for that recommendation. Um, if you have any other recommendations, just let me know. This is, my first time ever doing this, so let me know what you think in the comments or in the chat or whatever. Yeah, not a shadow on my face as much. And now I can probably turn that light down a little bit like that. Maybe even a little bit more. There we go. How about that? Okay, John 3:30 says much better lighting. Yeah, I'd have to agree. So thanks for that recommendation. I never really thought of that. I'm just used to, using my computer with all the lights off. So Uber driver says, are you connected to a lot of born-again Christian quads, like Zach Holly, for example? I would imagine a lot of quads turn to the church for support more than able-bodied folks. Um, yeah, I do know Zach Colley, not like on a personal level, but yeah, we've commented on each other's videos and stuff like that. Um, but I know that he, is a Christian, and I know he has tattoos with different stories behind them, and some of them were based on that. But I mean, let's see. I would imagine a lot of quads. Yeah, I imagine, like you said, a lot of quads. Well, not necessarily quads, just like people with that have big changes in their life. Like quadriplegics, paraplegics. It's just spinal cord related, but injury related. But imagine that those kind of people turn to the church for support more than able-bodied folks. Yeah, whenever you're challenged, it really makes you question, like what is what life really is. You know what I mean? Um, I'm pretty sure you watched my baptism video of me telling my testimony and stuff, right, Uber driver? But yeah, whenever I read Jeremiah 29:11 in like January of 2016, which was like a year after my injury, um, I just I felt this like sensation throughout my whole body that I'd never experienced before, and I'll probably never experience it again. But um, it was like no doubt in my mind that that feeling was God. And like before that point, I never said that, God was real or that he wasn't. I just said I didn't know because I was an honest person. yeah, I'm hoping soon I'll be able to start making videos again. It's like I really want to, make videos. I got a list of like 200 plus videos, ideas to make and stuff. And then it's just like I get busy and I don't have time. Um, but um, once I do that, I think we can really kick off this channel. I mean, right now we are at 2.89 thousand subscribers, so pretty much like 100 away from 3,000, um, which we will probably get in the next like 2 months, within 2 months. Um, but I have 3.8 thousand minutes watched, or 3.8 hours watched, I believe, in the last year. And in order to monetize my channel and start making money off of videos, I have to get to 4,000. Um, so um, we're just 200 hours away of video watch time from me being able to monetize my videos. And once I do that, then I can buy more stuff to make my videos better and stuff like that. And it's just been a long process because I haven't been able to upload and record videos as much as I did like the first year because of school and stuff like that. Um, but if you could just, share my videos and watch them and stuff, I'd really appreciate that. How's the volume levels? Can you hear me very good, or am I too low, too high, or any suggestions as far as sound goes? Good volume. Okay, thanks for the feedback. I appreciate that. It says we have 13 watching now, but I've only seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've only seen 6. That's less than, well, that's just less than half of the people watching. 6 people comment. I have a deep voice, so you're easy to hear. Well, that's good. If you're watching right now, leave me a comment. Let me know that you're here and what you think of this setup. If you have any suggestions. I don't think I have Super Chat, um, the Super Chat feature in YouTube right now because, like I said, in order to monetize, I have to get 4,000 hours of watch time within the year. And right now we're at 3.8, so we're just 200 hours away. But if you do want to donate, um, if you look in the description of this video, it should have a video or a link to streamlabs.com, which should have a donate button. Um, and if you do that, I'd really appreciate it. I mean, I'm not saying you have to or anything. I'm just telling you it's there. But I do want it to, um, once I, get the monetization feature, I can do the live streams where people give me super chats and stuff like that, shout out people, and um, this software that I'm using for this live stream is called Streamlabs, and you can set up different things. Um, like if somebody subscribes to you, it'll like come across the screen and say their name and stuff like that. But I haven't really figured out exactly how to do that. I downloaded it today, and I'm still trying to figure it out. So what kind of videos do you want to see? I know I asked this like a few videos ago when I said I was going to start making videos again, but I know I have to make a driving video. Um, I don't know what else I was going to do. Oh, I was going to do this. I don't know if you can see this right here, but it is a joystick from Cripple Concepts, and I was going to do a review of that. And let me see what else. I got it on my notepad here. Um, right here, got that. Joystick review, process of getting hand controls. Yeah, I was gonna do that. Driving, video, like I said, and education. Yeah, I want to do a video. I might do that next, or I don't know, soon. Video of me like telling like how I graduated college with my associate's degree after my injury and how all of that went and stuff, taking classes online. Um, I always wondered how people did that, like right after my accident. I was like, how are, people going to college and stuff in my situation? And finally, I just like, not finally, but when the time came, I just like took the risk, and I already got my associate's degree. Now I'm going for my bachelor's degree in information technology. So we got 6 likes on this video, and we got 11 people watching, and like 6 people commenting. So I need the other 5 people to comment. Now 12. So 6 people, if you need to comment, let me know what's up. Give me a drink. Whoa, I did not know that, Uber driver. What do you think of that morning routine video Cole and Charisma uploaded that went viral? I think it's up to around 1.5 million views. It inspired a few other paraplegic and quad YouTubers to do the same. Um, the morning routine. I remember I watched it, but hold on a second. I got to look at it again because I've watched so many YouTube videos since then. Give me just a second. But yeah, I do want to do a day in the life, like my daily routine pretty much, because I do that, you know, every day. Quadriplegic 2-hour morning routine. Yep, you're right. 1.5 million views. Jeez. Let's see. Um, yeah, basically they take a shower, get dressed, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I thought it was a good video. Um, my morning routine's different. Um, it takes me like an hour, and that's takes me like 10 minutes to do, or like 5 minutes to do leg stretches before I get out of bed, and then about 5 minutes to get dressed, and then 10 minutes to, brush my teeth, um, put on deodorant, uh, get my, um, put my catheters and stuff in my backpack that's on the back of my chair, and then I do 6 minutes of arm stretches, and then I will do my exercise for the day, like lift weights or depending on what day it is, and so that takes me about 10 minutes to do exercises, and then I eat breakfast, and then I go to work. and that's pretty much my morning routine. It takes me like 50 minutes um, if I'm doing it like relatively quick. If I'm not like trying to hurry up, it takes me like an hour. So I get up at like 5:30 in the morning, and then I leave the house at 6:30 and get to work at 7. And I work 9-hour days or 9.5-hour days. So I get off at 4:30, and then since I work longer days, I get every other Friday off work, which um, I basically work like 30, and then on the Fridays I do work, I work 8 hours. Um, but yeah, what did I think of that video? It was good, but yeah, I could do a morning routine video. I do have a bathroom routine or morning routine bathroom video on my YouTube channel, which things have changed since I uploaded that video in like 2016. But yeah, that's some of the stuff I do in the mornings. But yeah, I want to do a day in the life of a quadriplegic. That's one of my videos I want to do. I've been wanting to do that for a while, which I'll get to eventually. Liz G says, hi from New York. Howdy do. T10 paraplegic was taking driving lessons, but rehab put on hold because of virus. Yeah, everything's put on hold. It's really weird. Um, but yeah, congrats on the driving lessons. It seems like it takes forever from like point A to point like or like step one all the way to driving like independently and stuff because the process is so long. It takes forever, but it's definitely worth it. Um, no excuses, says C6, C7 Quad from Connecticut. You rock, Mason. Thanks, man. I really appreciate you guys commenting. I didn't know if anybody would show up to watch this, honestly, but I was just basically doing this one to see how my setup looked and if it would work, and it looks like it is. And if you guys want to see some spasms live, I'll show them to you. So if I do this, I can usually. Whoa, God. And that's about as strong of spasms as I get. To calm them down, I will do this. And put my leg across my knee for a while. Or not a while, but just a little bit. And just hold it here for a little bit. And then I'll do this with my foot. And then when I let it down, I will get the other one. And do the same thing. Except this one, I broke my femur in my rec, so it doesn't bend as easily. So I have to be careful with it. But I still do the same thing. And do this to get rid of the tension or the tightness. And then I put down this other leg. And voila, fix my jeans. So we got 14 people watching now, Geez, we're averaging like one more person like every 5 minutes. If you just joined, let me know in the chat. Yes, Liz G says, yes, took me 10 years later this year to get confidence to try to drive. She's talking about one of the few things I accepted I wouldn't do. Well, I'm glad you changed your mind. I be always been determined regarding most skills. That's good. I love being determined. I feel like I'm determined at least. But yeah, driving is definitely awesome. Um, and it took you 10 years. Wow. It took me 15, 16, 17, 18. Took me 4 years not to change my mind that I wanted to, but to get enough strength built up and like, um, yeah, just took me 4 years to get to that point where I could start driving. Well, Liz G says most friends say it's a game changer regarding independence. Pretty much. Quad 12 Walk says good to see you on live. Yeah, I've never done any live videos before, so I'm glad you could join me on my first one to test out my live streaming capabilities, and hopefully it's not too boring. John 330 says my daughter just started driving after being paralyzed for 5 years. She has her learner's permit. By July she will be 16. That's awesome. Yeah, I was driving before my injury, and well, that's how I became injured. But so, John, you're not paralyzed yourself, I'm assuming. I was driving for like a year, no, year and a half or something like that. Let's see, I got it in December like 2013. Yeah, I was driving like 13 months before I had my wreck. Um, so, John, does she have a hand controls set up in any vehicle yet? Or, well, I'm assuming probably not. Before I got hand controls in my van, um, like, I don't know, 6 to 8 months after I got injured, my dad installed hand controls in our Yamaha Viking, which is like a UTV, side by side. And so I'd been driving that like all over town and stuff for, a few years before I got my hand controls in my van. Your inspiration, brother. Keep up the feeds. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I try to be. Plan on writing a book one of these days. No controls, yeah. I don't know if you've seen my driving setup video, but I have push rock hand controls. So basically, you push it forward for brake, and then you rock it back like this for gas. Corey says, "Awesome stuff, man. No excuses. Started driving 11 months after my injury. What freedom it brings." Yep, that's for sure. What level of injury are you? I'm assuming paraplegic, probably. And John, if you are concerned about being able to, pay for hand controls and stuff, I recommend checking out, um, what is it called? Vocational rehab, because they help pay for things to get you an education, basically anything to help you get a job, so education or ramps to your house to get in and out, hand controls, and stuff like that. But my vocational rehab paid for all my hand controls. We bought the van which already had like a drop floor and a ramp, and then they paid for the hand controls. So it's really helpful. C6, C7. That's pretty quick, man. 11 months after your injury and you're driving. Corey says, Chad Himes' book really inspired me. Have you ever heard him speak? I have heard him speak on YouTube. Um, I remember watching him back in like 2015, 2016 after my wreck, and I was wondering like, wow, dude, how's this guy travel around the world, like do speaking engagements? And now it like makes all the sense in the world. It's like, yeah, I could do that probably. Book rehab said, yeah, vocational rehab also paid for your hand controls. No excuses, he said. Yeah, vocational rehab also has paid for pretty much all my tuition for my college degree. Yeah, no problem, John. If you have any questions, you can always message me or comment on here, any of my videos or any of my social medias or my email, and I normally respond within like a couple of hours at least. No excuses. In my second year of therapeutic vacation that I just finished up last December. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we've been on here 50 minutes. Liz G says, will they help if you have a degree but want to go for something different? I'm assuming you're talking about vocational rehab. What degree do you have? I mean, I say they might. Um, I don't know if they pay for all of it, but they would probably assist you somewhat. I would say at least. So it's always worth a shot. What state are you in? Because I know different states have different like regulations and stuff regarding different things. John says, look forward to your next live stream. Um, yeah, I plan to do this hopefully once a week. If you could give me a topic to talk about, I'm not sure exactly how I want to structure these live streams, like different topics or just any recommendations you have about how to go about it. But no excuses. Sorry, I got to run. Roll. Yeah, I know what you mean. Keep doing your thing, man. You inspire me and many others. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to do that, and hope you have a good one. New York. Oh yeah, I forgot you said New York. Um, Literature. I mean, I would always think it's worth a shot to see if they could assist. I'm sure they could in some way. But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations on any things I can add to this live stream or how to like do it, what to talk about or anything, leave them in the comments or in this chat, and I'll definitely respond to you and stuff like that. And hopefully we can do this next Friday or Saturday or possibly tomorrow or any other day of the week since everybody's in this quarantine due to the virus. Can't do much with a literature degree. Yeah, that's pretty much it unless you want to be a literature teacher or something. Um, but we are almost at an hour and it's been awesome talking to you. A lot more people showed up than what I expected, and I look forward to doing this again. Hopefully soon, maybe tomorrow. And yeah, if you have any recommendations, let me know. And I'm glad you guys could join, and I could answer any of your questions and talk to you. But it is about time for me to go, so I suppose I will get off of here. Thanks for watching.